Okay, some people may think that a stay-at-home mom doesn't do anything. You're wrong, man. Not only do they raise children, they do everything. Now, here's a lady I want you to meet. Now, she's actually having a baby with one hand, or however you do, having a baby, and getting $25,000 on the internet using the other hand, all at the same time. Yeah, $25,000 for an idea she has on a creamer. She hated all these synthetic and milk and creamers out there, so she would make her own cream and put them in little containers, and they'd spill in her purse and everything. So she went out and had coffee. She'd have these creamers. So she said she was waiting around for somebody else to invent a better tasting and a better a better product for a creamer. And again, because she's pure vegan, and so she wants that kind of product. And so she did it herself. That's it. See, why wait for somebody else to invent something or produce something, when you could do it yourself? And she didn't have a background in this. I mean, she was running like blood drives and things like this. And she was just getting so ticked off at the world, and said, why isn't there a better creamer that I could take that, suits my specifications and everything? Because she makes it with like nuts and coconut and all this kind of stuff. It's really terrific stuff, but not, sort of the normal processed food that we get that really isn't good for you even. But she did it. She did it herself. She found out about him, and she sat there and said, hey, I could learn that. I could figure that out. She's raising 2 kids now and doing the same thing, and got $25,000 figuring that out. See, it doesn't take a mental genius to do most things in life. Just think of all the idiots we all worked for at one time or another, right? See, it's just a matter of doing it and having passion to do it. See, she figured this out because she wanted to. We can all do almost anything we want if we want to. Most of us don't want to do stuff because it's terrible. We don't not involved in it. I don't care. I don't care about that. And that's why we get tired at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and want to go home and do this. Man, you're doing something you really love, man. You don't get tired even. And you'll figure it out. You get smarter and smarter every day when you're working on something you really believe in. Yeah. And that's what she did. That's why she's an inspiration. She's a superheroine. But she's also a mom. And she just had her child in the middle of raising $25,000. And when that money starts coming in on the internet, man, you got to, every second counts because you don't have much time and everything. So she did it all. And that's what our country's made of. There's people like that, and we could all be like that when we find our desire that we want to soak our heart into and really make it happen. So watch how she did this. Well, Madeline and Chris Hayden, boy, and your nut pods. Are you 2 peas in a pod or just 2 nuts in a pod? I don't know. Well, Madeline, what made you think of nut pods? What are they?
Well, I've been waiting for someone else to think of this. I'm using a non-dairy creamer, and I love my coffee and tea, and I just didn't want to continue to wait for someone else to come out with a more healthy, a more natural version of a non-dairy creamer.
You don't like all the crap that people put in their coffee or tea, right? And nobody was giving you an alternative, so you went out and do it yourself? That's the American way. What are you doing that for?
Well, my husband thought I was crazy because I was pregnant at the time. And so, but I just told him, I said, I really want to do this, and I don't want to have regret because someone is going to come out with this. Mm-hmm. And, I can do this. I can figure it out and learn and go along the way. And it's been just a really fast-paced but wonderful journey.
Well, you say you can figure it out. I mean, you were saying before you were managing blood drives or something like that. Yes. It had nothing to do with nut pods.
Exactly. But, the food industry is actually a lot less intimidating than I thought it would be. There's a lot of FDA oversight, so you have some pretty strong bumpers on the road of what you can and can't do. And we've been lucky to be surrounded by some really nice advisors along the way.
Well, I mean, to me, that's a real hero. I mean, somebody sees a problem, nobody else is, fixing it. We like to blame the world or somebody else. Hey, why do you fix that? And you just said, heck, I'm going to do it myself, huh? And you did
it. Exactly.
Yeah, that's terrific. And for money, you went on Kickstarter now, and you're raising funds. Yeah, wow.
Exactly.
Right.
It's been wonderful. Kickstarter has been a great way for us to not only get research on our product feasibility, but also just to get that startup capital for us to take the next step for our business.
So you didn't have to go to the bank.
It's amazing that how many strangers you get. You get the family and friends that you would expect to get, but then you'll get a donation of $500 from somebody in England that you look at and you just go, where in the world did that come from? And I mean, it's an amazing world we live in that Kickstarter and things like that allow you to do what we're doing.
And it's global. We have people saying, I wish you were here in Israel, a following in the UK, and our Canadian friends want us up there too. And so it's like, I don't even know how they found us.
Wow. The power of the internet. And I guess it must, I would think, sitting in your shoes, it gives you a better sense of optimism about the world, that more people are interested in a good idea like yours.
They are. And I think they also are coming back to wanting to support organic businesses, rather than big businesses, and be able to help other people, like-minded people, be able to get their product or services off the ground. So it's been wonderful for us.
Right, because to go to a big food manufacturer, if they don't see gazillion dollars, they don't want to talk to you, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You don't need
to start small.
Yeah, so you could get started with a few hundred people.
Exactly.
And you're in business.
We're actually raising, quite a bit more money than most people. And most people will raise, $5,000, $10,000 to get their businesses off the ground. We're excited about raising 30, but you don't have to start there. You can start a lot smaller.
Right. Well, to me, what it is also in reading the thing, I didn't know soy was so bad. Should I say this loud? I'm not sure. You said your product doesn't even have soy in it.
No soy, and we don't even cheat for our vegan friends. There's no sodium caseinate, and so it's just as good as you can get in the shelf-stable pod. So. Wow.
Well, show up that pod again. This is what you get. And you could take it in your purse, and you don't have to worry about it leaking or anything like that, right?
Exactly. Well, I had been packing my own creamer with my own little cold pack, and you just get stuck.
Yeah.
Like on it, you're using between non-dairy powder.
Right. That's
or
young,
non-dairy ingredients. Right. And so I wanted a portable option that was still better for you than what we have on the market.
Well, who knows what's in that powder stuff, man? You're right. I'm a fat kid inside waiting to get out at any second. So I fight weight every day. I used to be 30 pounds heavier until I exercised every day. But Ryan, it's that I believe it's, I didn't grow up eating well at all. It was all processed foods and all the junk, and you become addicted to that stuff. I think all that bad stuff is addictive. That's why they get you salt, sugar, refined flour, and you can't get off the wagon.
Good.
Pardon me?
Fat tastes good, but that's why I added coconut, because it adds a little bit of fat, and so it makes it a little bit closer to to a half and half flavor rather than just almond milk by itself.
Well,
and
how did you get? This is made up of coconuts and almonds, and so when you were doing this, were you banging these things in your kitchen yourself? Or what?
Well, a lot of people make their own almond milk, but I'm a mom and I'm a wife, and so I went via the store-bought route,
I see.
And,
cool.
And I love to cook, and so I just started tinkering with different flavors. I like variety, and so we just tried our different flavors of original and French vanilla and hazelnut, just to be able to mix it up. And so and our family and friends love it, and we've even gotten a couple of our dairy friends to try it too. They've been surprised,
Yeah, converts.
The thing is, it's not only is it healthy, but it really tastes good.
Yeah.
It tastes like, really, people I think are sometimes surprised. It's like, wow, we're used to having like almond milk, which just tastes sort of thin in our coffee, but this stuff really tastes good.
Wonderful.
It's got a creamy, nice mouthfeel, and people are like, wow, this is just great stuff.
So if you want to get some of this, you go to Nut Pods and you get in on the first batch before it's even produced, right? Before the Kickstarter thing is over, and you're sending out cartons of these things, right? I mean, you get like a...
They're going to be in boxes.
Yeah.
They're going to be in boxes in these little pods.
Right.
And so that way you can just toss them in your bag and you're ready for the day.
Wonderful. So you go to nutpods.com, right? And you get Madeline and Joff's nut pods, and you can start drinking healthy coffee instead of all this other nonsense
That's
you're
right.
putting in your
That's
stomach
right.
and who knows what. Well, good luck on their venture. It looks like you're there and you're going to save the world and make us eat better, and you have 2 lovely children now. You just had another child last week, and you're still out cranking up that Kickstarter stuff, man. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you're passionate about something, it gives you a lot of energy.
Absolutely. So you could have a baby with one hand and a Kickstarter thing with the other hand. That's a super mom. Well, thank you so much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Matthew.
See, isn't that cool? You get all these friends, that contribute to your money, money to your idea, for you to start a business. Plus, you get people from England and all over the world. Hey, that's cool. We should have that. And they throw money at you. That's what's so neat about these things. To go on the web now and raise money to do things in life. And it's there. We can all do this. It just takes the perseverance, and that's what life is about. And that's why I think if you find something you really want to do, like she wanted to find a creamer, the world should have that, and she did it. So she gave her the perseverance to get over all those little nonsense hurdles that we all run into, and every time we want to do anything. So that's the key, finding your passion, what you really want to do. Then the hurdles are details.